Hi, and welcome back to the market review and also a couple stocks that I'll be going over for next week. Basically, my watch list for next week. So, as usual, we'll start with some S&P 500 ETF, also called SPY, as we all know that. So this past week, we've been, saw some little pullback in the market. S&P being green. Well, this S&P futures being green in the mornings, and giving all the gains back during the market hours. Um, so we hit that 280 resistance on I think Tuesday. Had a nice pullback to 275. Tried to make our way up again on Wednesday. Came down again to 274. So right now we are actually holding this 273 mark. As you all know, 273, our favorite resistance in the past here. Oops, that's not what I want. So 273 being our strong resistance in the past. There we go. Now hopefully becomes our new support here. So we kind of bounced back from it yesterday. Didn't really touch it, but we kind of came in that zone. So 270, 291, 240, 274.20. So pretty close in that price range. Now, I personally would like to see some nice over here a U-shape forming, and then possibly testing that 280 sometime this week or sometime soon. But hopefully next week. I mean, we can easily see some, you know, at least hopefully a couple of green days at least, because we have been this last four, actually 5 days, this whole week, we kind of like green and then closing red, green and then closing red. Even yesterday we were up nicely, but then we kind of gave almost all the gains back in like last, uh, you know, um, 30, 40 minutes. So I would like to see this being held and then make a U shape. We'll look at NASDAQ ETF, QQQ, one of the strongest sectors in the market, but also this week saw some pullback. So on Tuesday, we were at 175, made the new all-time highs, and we pulled back down to 171. Then, as you can see here, we have a strong support at 270.94. 179. I'm sorry, 170.94. So we had double bottom, we pulled back. The third time we broke, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we actually are holding that line. We closed pretty much at that line yesterday. You know, so we hopefully this line holds on to it, and we can also try to make this U-shaped pattern over here and possibly test that possibly test the new highs and make the all-time highs. So I would like to see this being held and form a little consolidation. So we saw massive consolidation here for last 4 days. Didn't break down. And that's what is good about tech here, is that it's been very strong, even though we have red days, but we have been holding this line. That's a very positive sign. So I would like to see some green days up here soon. Hopefully we can see some of that next week. IWM Russell 2000 ETF. This one, I've been saying I want 157, 157. I got 156, but I actually missed that entry over here. I really wanted to get in here on Thursday and hoping to, for the run on Friday, we saw that 158 and sell it, but I was, I completely forgot about it to keep an eye on it. So I think here we saw three black arrows, black area, and then hopefully we try to make this one and then probably make the 160. So we already have here one top and another top. So already have double tops here. So hopefully here we can, most likely make this trend here go, and hopefully 165. IBM. Now I'm gonna show, this was what I played this last week. Now I actually had bought $160 calls for April, hoping for the run into ER. Actually, they're expiring April 20th, and the ER is on 417. But what I was seeing here is that I actually sold it on Thursday, and what I was seeing was it was running in the morning and then selling off. Running in the morning, selling off. Running in the morning, selling off. A1 Friday, ran in the morning, sold off. So when I got the opportunity to get out at 161 on Thursday, I took it because I've been seeing that pattern with IBM. If you look back here in the days over here, ran, sold off, ran, sold off. It does that. It has the tendency of running in the first half an hour, and then giving almost all the gains back. So right here, we saw this a lot of resistance at 161, 162 level. It tried to hit that 162, but then came back down. So I actually sold it for nice gains, and here is my gain for that. I mean, I made $605 on that gain. That's in 2 days because I bought it on Tuesday and I sold on Thursday. So this is my gains from IBM. And I was red because every time, because on Tuesday I didn't sell it because I thought, okay, we're gonna get run, and then we sold off. And then on Wednesday were massive red. We're down to 157. And when I got that chance to get out on Thursday, I took my opportunity and sold and took my profits. So what I think is going to happen here is we might see this over here and then this, because a lot of profit taking has been going on here. Any pop that happens gets sold off. So I think we must see a little pullback to 158, and then it might start that ER rally. So if I get that chance at 158 again, I will buy those calls again, and then just rinse and repeat. Apple, I scalped this. I didn't really play it over this week, but I played it on Thursday for a play from 178 to 180. Nothing big, but this is what I saw, what I'm seeing on Apple here. Yes, made a new all-time highs this week on Tuesday, and then we had a sell-off in the text. So Apple has a strong support at this 177. As you can see, it was the past resistance. Over here, some consolidation and resistance, and now I hope this actually holds on to it, and we have some support here. So I think Apple should hold on here and possibly again make a U-shape. So 177, 178 on Friday close. So we can test that 180 again this week and possibly make the new highs in a week or so. But I think this line should hold and we make the U-shape. Intel, a lot of action here, I'll show you the flow soon, but a lot of action on Intel. This is what's going on here. So let me actually show this, or if I can. No, that's not what I wanted to show. There we are. Okay, so let's start. I bought some calls on 312, which was, I think, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, on Monday. And I sold it on Tuesday, right here, on this massive candle from 53.78. And so right here are my gains from that play. So I made a nice gains on those Intel plays on an overnight swing. And then I rebought it again on Tuesday at this when it closed, because I got the exact same price what I paid for, actually a little lower if I can remember correctly, and I held on, and now I'm holding those. I'm down on those because, as you can see, we had a red day on Wednesday and a massive red on Thursday, but again we held that support, 50.92, holding the support, resistance, now a support line. So and then on Friday we tried to make that move, but then we saw some selling into close. So I'm right on those calls, but I have the exact same 52.50s for April. As you can also see here, I'll get to GS soon, but Intel had a lot of calls buying activity on Friday on 316. Yeah, for April 420s, a lot of 52.50s. A lot of 51s. We saw some 52s for April 406. They were actually bought above the ask. So a lot of action, a lot of flow on Intel on Friday, and also seeing from last couple weeks. It's just not Friday. So a lot of action on Intel from last few weeks. I'm bullish overall, so I'm gonna hold my calls for a while, and I think we can easily test that new 56 or 34, and possibly 55, in the near future. Alibaba. Now, something unique happened here. As we all know, Baba had news on Thursday morning that they're gonna try to get themselves listed on China market, which bumped them from this nice close on Wednesday to $200 on Thursday, and then we closed at 228 on Friday. So what I see on Baba here is something I like to see, because it's long overdue, because we have a strong support at 195 now, which should hold. Now if I draw some fib lines here, let's starting from this 206 level coming down, what I see is we got some, let's see if I have any resistance here. Yeah, so we got a little resistance at 227, as you can see here and here. And so a little resistance here, but we closed at the highest. We closed over 200. I said I would love to see this breakout. It's been consolidating like there's no tomorrow. If you look back, if I shrink this chart in, look at this massive consolidation. Nothing crazy going on here. Just sideways movement, just sideways. Little pops here and there, a lot of drops, a lot of pops, but so I like to see this break out and possibly make those new ATH. 210 is my price target. I picked some calls for April, $200 strike price on Friday. I'm nicely green on those. I'm gonna hold those through. Possibly look for this 216. Maybe sell half at 210 and the rest for 216. Goldman. I know we got interest rates Fed meeting on Wednesday. I did not buy the stock based on any of that. I personally play charts, and I ignore the noise of the news. I don't care what the news has to say. I am the chart person. So this is what I see on Goldman here. What I'm seeing is that from the pullback we had in February, a nice steady uptrend on daily chart. What I also see is that we have a strong resistance at this 273 mark. And then we also have some resistance at this 269 mark, which is right around here. Yeah, I can show you what I'm seeing. So we got some resistance here. We had some resistance here. And now we've been seeing that over here. Now, what I did was with this play is that I played it on Thursday. I bought on Thursday at the lows and I sold it at 269 for a quick profit. And I rebought them before close. And I sold half of my calls because I bought 8 contracts for 270 strike price for April. And I sold 4 of them, and I bought them at the lows, and I sold 4 of them at the 269.65 actually when it hit that highs on Friday. So I sold 4. So here's my Goldman profits. I'm still holding 4, as you can see right here. Those are my open positions gains, and this was my total gains from Friday. So I'm still holding my rest of my 4 contracts, which I will be holding, because what I want to see here, and I would like to see it, is that maybe, and also we have some strong support at this level, 265. So what I would like to see is just a nice spike around. If I get around 270 and 271, I will lock in my gains. I would lock in that profit around 271 and be done. So I think we can see that, and we have some nice volume on Friday too. So a nice volume on Friday on Goldman. So I'd like to see the breakout over 269 or over 270, and maybe test at 272. And I would like to take my gains there. But nice chart, nice uptrend on the daily. Microsoft. This one, if you look at the chart here, let me draw some fib lines, and I'll draw from this level because this is where the where I was drawing previously. and it also makes sense here. Actually, well, you know what? I'll take the fibs out. Let's not look at the fibs. Let's look at some simple basic lines here. Um, and I had some $95 calls for May. Now I know I have time. I know I have 2 months on my calls. But why I sold my calls on Friday? Because I had bought them on Thursday at this 92 level, and I sold on Friday at 95 level. So why I did that? Look at this resistance at 95. Look at this resistance at 95, and I see the same thing happening here. So I would love to see this break out and go over, but I think we're gonna go sideways here, and then break out. So that's why I sold my calls at 95.35. Nothing big gains. I made around like 300 bucks on it. This is on my open, but this is from Thursday. I made a little a little bit more on Friday. Made around like 350, I think, on the whole play here. So not bad. In and out, overnight swing. So that's a good play. But keep an eye on Microsoft, though. I mean, it can easily also make this U shape and go. But I think the 95.35 has to break before I would like to come back into play. And I think this is my last one. Yeah. So what I like to do is, this is my next swing play. I have no positions in lows right now, but I will be buying it on Monday. That is guaranteed, and I'll tell you why. So I like lows. I think they are. The chart looks good. We got some nice support at this level of 85. You can see over here we have some strong, like a consolidation for a few days and a strong support here, and you can look at this. A strong consolidation here for a few days, almost like for last 2 weeks here. So I think we can easily break out, and once we cross this 88 level, but I would buy them on. I would probably look to get some 80. This is 87. So on $90, on $90 calls for April, maybe they have earnings in May. So yeah, a little. I think it can reach on 90 plus by April. I think so. So looks some odd 87.50s for April. So that's what I will be looking for lows. Keep an eye on it. I like the chart here. Nice pattern. Another one, the last one though, I want to talk is my old friend UPS. Now, why I want to visit UPS here soon is, let's look at the daily chart, and let's look at this. Let's lower this down. And what I like about UPS is, so we bought this at 104 and sold at 108. Sorry, 104, sold at 108. Bought again 104, sold at 109. Now I bought some more on Friday. I bought some 110s for April. This is ERs on 420, covers the run into the earnings. But look at this, a nice cup and a handle breakout. So it's a bull flagging here. It was actually, basically it was bull flagging right here for a few days, and then it finally had that green day yesterday, and it broke out. So bull flagged and it broke out. So if it breaks this 111 here, it's gonna get going, and it's gonna go to at least 118, and then probably fill this gap. So I am in 110 calls for April, and then with FedEx earnings coming out on Tuesday, and if they have good numbers, UPS will also run with it. So that's why I'm in it. But besides the news and everything, the chart looks awesome. The chart looks good, and it's the same thing as if you look back at lows here. Same thing, right? Had a nice fall down from here, sideways, breaking out. Fall down from here, sideways, and then breaking out. So lows and UPS. If you're not in UPS, my recommendation would be to buy some $115 calls for April, and I think you'll be good with that. And 87.50s or $90 calls for April on lows. That's my two recommendation on these two. And if you have any questions, need any help with chartings, any questions about my plays, please message me on StockTwist under I Own Wall Street, or you can leave a comment below my YouTube video and let me know what you think. And thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.